Hi there, culture eaters! You guys have got to stay, because if you are going to China or Beijing soon, I am going to show you 7 essential apps to have on your phone to make your trip that much easier. So let's get started with app number 1. Your go-to app, if you don't really speak Chinese that well or just to be able to get around, is Pleco. This is a fabulous app. You can write in your word in English and then it will give you different words that match in Chinese. And then you can click on it and it'll give you the different definitions that you can find in Chinese pronunciations. Click the speaker icon so you can hear it being pronounced by a man and a woman. Then if you click through the tabs, you can see the character set that looks like that. And then further down, it'll also give you common popular sentences that you can use that word in. Same thing, if you happen to know the word in Chinese or in Pinyin, you can write that out and then it will give you some English options. It will know automatically if you're typing in some Pinyin or some English words. You can save your favorite words in cards as well, which I found really practical. And you can organize the cards in different categories as you wish. So you have the keyboard little tab, but you also have a paintbrush tab. That can be a really interesting one to use. If you're trying to figure out a Chinese character that's in front of you, you can draw it out and it will give you all the different possible characters with the strokes that you have drawn. Now, that's not like 100% because Chinese writing has like an order to the strokes, but you can probably figure out at least the characters that you're trying to find. You can do them one after the other. Just pick the one that's just like the one you are trying to figure out once you've drawn enough strokes. Once you've drawn your character or characters, press done and it will give you the potential words in Pinyin Chinese, and then you can see the English translation below. We interrupt this video for a special announcement. I have amazing news. I couldn't wait to share it. I had to interrupt my video to tell you all about a special event happening this Friday, November 10th, Eastern Time, 2 p.m. and Pacific Time, 11 a.m. I will be doing a live Facebook with Lauren Without Fear. We sent each other boxes of snacks from our local towns and we are going to open them and taste every snack we have sent each other live on Facebook. So make sure to check out my page, facebook.com/CulturEatz, so you can see our live broadcast this Friday, November 10th. Beijing air quality is pretty much a must. You must be on Wi-Fi for it to update, however. So make sure you open it in the morning before heading out of your hostel or your hotel. And it will tell you the current quality of the air as well as the expected quality for the entire day. Green is good, yellow is so-so, orange is maybe get your mask out, and red, really get your mask out, and if it's bad, just stay in your hotel that day or go to museums. As you know, Beijing is famous sometimes for some pollution. It can be intense, so make sure to bring a mask that is appropriate and safe for your trip to Beijing. Some of these apps are only written in Chinese, so when you look up to upload your app, make sure you check out the little symbols that I'm going to put before every app. App number 3 for shopping. It is called Taobao. It's kind of like Amazon in China, but you're not going to be able to buy anything from it because you need to have a Chinese bank account connected. So that's probably not going to happen. So why would you need it as a tourist? And you got to be on Wi-Fi for this. But it's great to compare prices, to know if you're about to go shopping and you know what you want to get, you can check what prices are going to be like ahead of time. So you know if the vendor is trying to screw you. And if he does, make sure you say Tai Kile, which means, no, that's way too much. You're trying to cheat me. So here's an example. Beijing t-shirt. Look at the different prices. You can click on the product. It'll give you about a gazillion descriptions on it. It's all in Chinese, but at least you can see the prices. You can see if the ratings are good. It will give you different suggested product below at the bottom. Another example is silk scarves. If you're in China and you want to buy something very pretty for yourself, a silk scarf is a great idea. So again, you get an idea of prices, potential prices. Totally depends on the quality and where you're shopping though. And further below, then you get different suggestions again. I don't know how silk scarves went into lingerie and then adult onesies in animals. Like, what the hell is that? Next app up is VPN. I recommend ExpressVPN. It's a really good and reliable one because in China, lots of sites are blocked, like anything Google and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Not gonna happen in China without a VPN. You can just get it for 1 month, and if you're unhappy, you can even have your money refunded. But I went for a week and I paid for my month and I canceled after I did use their service. So what you want to do is sign up for your account, and then you want to connect to the closest location to you. If you are in China, try to connect to Los Angeles or Seattle or Hong Kong. It's a great app to have on any trip. If you need it, you can search by country, by locations, and you can save your favorite connection points as well. If you are enjoying this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and like it. Also, if you are not subscribed, make sure to subscribe right now and hit the notification bell so you are notified of all new videos to come. Next app is Baidu. Baidu is the equivalent of Google Maps. You don't need a VPN, but you do need Wi-Fi. It's all in Chinese, so it's going to be hard to use, but if just use the map and try, you can zoom into different locations and you can figure out where you are going. If you do speak Chinese, you can, ask it to how to go from point A to point B, all kinds of things. But if you don't speak Chinese, it's still really good just to figure out the different maps. You can zoom in, and sometimes it's really important to know the Chinese name of a street rather than the pinyin. Let's say for a taxi driver, because they might not know pinyin. They might only know the Chinese characters. App number 6, Beijing Map Offline by Mobotex. Essential to have an offline map already on your phone. This one is good also for pinyin names and sometimes some Chinese names. You can really zoom in and get to the different streets. And it's also like a tourist guide. Just click the tourist mode, which is on the top. You'll just put a little check mark, and when you zoom in closer, it will show you little circles of tourist attractions. And when you click on them, it's gonna give you all the history information about it and all kinds of details. So it's like having a travel guide with you right in that app, in a map. It's awesome. And our final app for today, app number 7, is Metro Beijing Subway. This again is an offline app, and it will give you a great interactive map of the subway system, because when I went, there were already like 18 lines, and I know 1 or 2 have opened since then. When I was kind of planning out my day of where to go, I would really use this app and study the lines and see which I had to go to from point A to point B, because chances are you might need to change lines like 2 or 3 times before you get from one place to the other. You can search the map, or you can search by name as well. You can click on a station, and also it will give you different suggestions like dining and restaurants and all kinds of other things that can be around that station. That's really practical. If you click on the Maps tab at a certain station, it will show you a map right outside of that station, and you could look for things around there. In this case, I chose a station, dining, and maps, and you can see it's suggesting me different restaurants on the map outside of that station, so I know how to get to it. Click the Search tab finally to find out how to go from point A to point B if you know the 2 stations. You can click on the From, it'll give you a drop down of the stations, pick your from, same for 2, and then search. It will give you the different ways to get there, the approximate amount of time, and how much also your fare will cost. Make sure to check out my video on the transit system in Beijing. I am going to link to it above right now. Those were my 7 basic apps I highly recommend. Soon I will have another video where I will tell you about the top 5 language apps, because you're really gonna need those too, just to get a good basics before you leave and to handle yourself when you're there as well. Have you traveled to China and do you have other apps to suggest? If you do, make sure to leave them below in the comment box. If you have any questions about these apps, make sure to let me know as well below. Come back soon for our top 5 language apps, and until then, I will see you very soon. Mwah!